Hello everyone, this is John for PokerVIP.com, and in this video we are going to play some 10NL Blaze Poker over on the one and only Betvictor. To get signed up, links below and links to the side of the video. So what is Blaze Poker? Well, it's just their fast forward variant, so it's just like, zoom, rush, speed, fast forward and so on. What's special about Blaze and why am I showing it? Well, right now they're running the Canon promotion. Now, the Canon promotion happens during big events of the year, like Christmas, maybe Easter, or if there's something special on. And for this one, this is all about the Euros, Euro 2016. So basically, it is the football edition of the Canon. So, what is the bloody Canon? Well, to find out, you basically click this FAQ, and essentially what it is every time you win a raked pot, the cannon gets closer to firing off. So as you can see here, I'm 16 out of 20, which means I've just won 16 raked pots, and I need to win 20. And you can see the cannon here in the fuse. So the fuse just normally starts all the way around here, and every time you win, a bit of the fuse gets burnt off until you finally fire it. Once you fire it, what happens? Well, you're going to just have to wait and see until I've won another 4 raked hands. But what can you win? Well, anywhere from €1, €10, or up to €100. So it's going to be one of those 3 prizes, and you basically fire this cannon at a deck of cards or a football or whatever it will be. We'll see this together. This will be the first time I've seen it. But normally you fire it at a deck of cards and there's obstacles in the way, and it's a whole load of randomness, but it's free money. On top of your 30% rake back, your huge deposit bonus, the Poker VIP top 777 rake race, it's just extra money. So, why is this so good? Well, it's extra money, first of all. We're going to make tons of money. It's great. But also what this does is people are battling way harder for pots. So what you get is tons of recreationals coming on and just trying to win every pot. Trying to see lots of flops, trying to win, not folding as often. So we can just punish them and we can just make way more money in the games themselves. BB 100, when we're talking about win rates, you can really see your win rate go up by about 3 to 5 BB 100 during this time period. It is that good. I definitely recommend just 2 tabling, 4 tabling, really taking it in and just crushing and making that money. But anyway, we're going to start playing, and just to show you, by the way, 252 players in this playing pool, 10NL, 6 PM Thursday evening. The games are hot. Get signed up, get involved. But anyway, we're back. Let's go. JBone18 at the poker tables over on Betvictor, playing the football Canon edition, Blazing Canon edition, should I say. Okay, so a couple of spots here, maybe. Maybe a good 3-bet here with Queen 7 suited on the button if it folds to us. Don't really like the squeeze because this guy's stack size, so we're going to fold. Ace-Jack suited, we can just defend. We can just defend our button. I don't hate 3-betting either. Of course, standard good poker's going to, just come into this. It's just playing poker, we're just playing to win. Get checked here, going to bet pretty large because I feel his check calling range is lots of pocket pairs, like 7s through to 10s. And I feel he's going to call, 35, 50. Could have even gone higher here to 55 or 60 even. Will he check raise? Yes, sometimes. What would his check raising range be? Well, it would probably be big flush draws, over pairs, sets, or nothings. And as you notice, when we won that, the fuse just burned that a little bit more. Jack Queen off, we're going to fold. Jack 10 open, I open blind versus blind. Just going to see about half pot on this ace high, but we do have lots of backdoor draws. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. And we also represent that ace. If he raised here, I just wouldn't believe him, so I'd probably just go for a call. Anything about check raising lots of turns, or just, leading river once it goes check, check. But he just opts to fold, and we take the pot down, and now we're 18 out of 20. Once we hit that 20, you're going to see the cannon blaze, baby. 6-9 suited. Do we 3-bet? Do we call? Do we fold? I think I just opt to call here in position. He bets. I'm going to call. I'm going to float. We've got lots of good turn cards here. And we make a pair. I'd rather that was the 5 of hearts or something like that. But I'm not going to moan it in. Going to just check and just try and go to showdown here, basically. Don't think I need to turn my hand into a bluff, and I don't think I really need to bet for, value of protection. He bets river now. Doesn't make that much sense, but going to give him the benefit of the doubt and fold. King, Queen, I'm going to bet and just hope this guy folds a hand like Ace, Queen, or Ace, King. He calls pretty quick. Can definitely have a lot of two pairs here, like pocket fives, ace six, or something like that. But I do think he's also, you know, ace queen, ace king heavy, or maybe ace jack. Pocket fives, that was definitely one of the hands that he could have to call. I also think pocket fives there should not be that easy of a call for him, but I think on the turn he just made his mind up. He would check call and check call river, which is fine. I would probably do the same if I was him. Ace queen, going to go for a 3-bet here. I like 3.5x out of position. He's thinking about it. You take it down. Obviously, that doesn't do anything for the cannon. You need to win a raked pot. So essentially, that just means you need to go post flop. Good spot here for a re-ISO. Always go 4x on my re-ISOs. Basically, when people limp, good players ISO in position. You know, sometimes you might just have a strong hand, but generally people will just be ISOing quite wide there. So we can just come in and re-ISO. And something like a suited king's a nice hand to do that with. The more I think about re-isolation spots, is the more I think about we should probably make a video or article about that. So I'll get that done really soon. Reason I'm c-betting really small is that's what I would do with all of my overpairs, big flush draws, and so on. So I think I might go for a check call, or even a check jam here. He's going to have some tens, he's going to have some strong hands, but quite often there he's just going to have some floats, some flush draws, and some ace highs. So the idea here is for him to bet all of his bluffs, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just to basically induce. Interesting spot here because I feel he is probably flush draw or overcard heavy. So I think shipping might be better than calling in this spot. Not something I like to do because if he does have a hand that beats us, we really just play into him here. But I think this is okay. Essentially, just don't want him to get there with his equity that he might have. And the reason I check turn is because I feel he's actually going to be like draw and bluff heavy. So if I can just take this pot down, that's okay. Just because there are lots of really bad rivers. He's sinking quite hard here, which I do not like. It makes me feel like I might be beat. You know, maybe on like 7s or 8s. But even on hands like that, he's not going to love calling because we are repping a really strong hand here. Jack Queen, I bet my straight draw and flush draw. Backdoor flush draw. 10's a really bad card, so we're just going to check this back and hope to get there. And he does go ahead and fold there, which is nice. Quite like that play. It's not something I ever used to do. I'd normally just check call and check call a lot of brick rivers. But I actually do feel like there is a lot of benefit in, you know, protection jamming there. So we are one cannon off. Sorry, we are one winning hand off. Yeah, let's go. Not the greatest flop for 6s, but not the worst. We can have the best hand here a good amount of time. Once he checks us, we're going to go ahead and bet. Ace 10 in the cutoff, obviously going to open. Get called in 2 spots, I'm just going to check fold this. Interesting turn here. If I had the best hand, I still have the best hand, of course. But you can definitely just be check calling with better pocket pairs. So I think I'm just going to check him and just hope to go to showdown. King is not a good card because he could have check called flop with like, you know, king jack. Yeah, but it's really large. Now but it's really large. He's repping like a king or a queen. Or maybe something even stronger. Would I check call flop there with ace king or king jack? Yeah, I would. Probably bet them as well though. Does he just have a queen, maybe? Was he trapping with a 9, maybe? He's pretty close here. His sizing's so big that he's, you know, repping such a strong hand. But I also don't think he check calls flop with sort of like a nothing hand. And I also don't think he has 10 jack, so I think we can fold that one. I think he's genuinely going to have the best hand there. More often than he's not. Loose goose. That's a good... I mean, it's a terrible badge for him to have on him. Yeah, considering hoods are not allowed in these Blaze games, that is pretty much your hood right there for you. You know, that's the like player. Gonna just bet my 10 jack here. Why not? There's money in the middle that he's checked to me. It's an okay turn card. I think I'm just going to check and hope to hit a straight or a flush or a jack or something on the river and not think about folding. We do hit the jack, so if he bets, I'll call. If he checks, I'll bet. I'm just going to go half pot. Just try and get a crying call. King's just going to bet around 2/3. Boom! The cannon! It is time to fire the blazing cannon. Yeah, we know how to work it. So we're actually shooting it into a goal this time. That is brilliant. Okay, in we go. Let's fire it. Oh no. Oh no, what's happened? What is going on? He's been zapped. We've won. Interesting. What the hell? We scored. How should we win? €1. Let's take it down. That was so bizarre. A boot came out of the cannon. An alien came and took the keeper. I don't know what the hell happened, but we won €1. I mean, this is fantastic. But that's a free €1. You know, everyone might be like, oh, only €1. I'll take it. You know, we've won money playing, we've won money with the rake back, we've won money with the deposit bonus, the rake race, the Poker VIP top 7-7, and we just won an extra €1. You know, that is pretty good going. It really is the dumbest game ever, but God, I love it. Gonna just check my ace deuce here. Expect to win sometimes. Gonna defend the 10-6 suited. Check fold this flop. So we're just gonna carry on here, guys. Each of these videos will be 30 minutes long in length. Wow, that was really something else. 6-9 suited here. I'm going to fold. Ace-4 I'm going to fold. 7-9 I'm going to open the button. One thing which lots of people fail at in these fast fold variants is they keep folding buttons. They forget to hang around. You know, blinds are still blind. People are fast folding extra quick. You know, let's take the money. I'm going to just check here with my 5-8 and hope to hit the river. But definitely better than a flop like that. I'm just going to fold once we hit the pair. Ace-King suited, no action. 2 of 20 already, guys. We might even get another cannon fire off in this video. Going to 3-bet my jacks. He's under the gun. But that's okay, we have pocket jacks. I'm going to raise my King 7. And basically, on this board, I'm just going to check all the way down and call any river. So yeah, snap check, and then if he bets river, I just instantly call. If he checks, I bet small, try and induce, try and get a call by something weak, which we do. And he actually wakes up there with a jack on the river. So things went well there. We gave him a chance to catch up. We were going to induce. We controlled the size of the pot, and we just basically printed some money there. Lots of people just go and bet that turn, and I kind of see that as absolutely no point of betting, because he's really not going to have much ever to call. Do not like his turn, I'm actually going to fold. He led flop and potted turn, and so I'm going to make a really, really tight fold here. I mean, my plan was just to call down on good run-outs. But I think that's a fold we have to make. 10-jack suited, we flop pretty big. This guy doesn't have much money, so I'm just going to pot and get it in with my 2 overs, gut shot, flush draw. He can just have like a hand like Ace-5, which we're doing fine versus. He can also just have a hand like Jack-9, which we're doing really well versus. He actually has top set, but we're actually not doing that bad versus that. Shame he had the 8 of spades there. Would have been cool for him to make quads and me to make a straight flush. But we win anyway. Cool. You know, it's whatever. He can have anything there, and we're not that big of a dog, and he can have a lot of hands there where we are doing very well versus it. He can also just fold the flop, which I'm not that sad about. Going to 3-bet my King 10 suited here versus the cutoff open. I raise you fold, I recognise that name, probably seen him in someone else's video. Get 3-bet my jacks here, get it in versus Bonanza, who's got 40 bigs. He actually just calls here. Really bad flop. I think I'm just going to opt to check fold, because he's going to have lots of these kings and queens in his range. He's also going to slow play some aces pre-flop. Any questions, please leave in the comments below, and please leave me a rating. Yeah, just flat with 4s in position, deep. To his 2.5x open. Obviously looking to flop a set. Deuces here I'm going to ISO. We could also just flat behind, to be honest, with like deuces. But I prefer to just raise, because we at least give him a chance to fold pre-flop with a hand that is at least 50% against us. 4s here with the play behind, I'm going to fold. He does fold with the deuces. Ace-8, I'm going to fold because we're deep, and I don't think my hand plays well against him at all in those spots. Love this new Betvictor logo. I think it's really sexy. Whoever designed it did a great job. It seems so plain and easy, but it is very visually striking. And of course, we're huge fans of Betvictor over on PokerVIP. Been one of my all-time favourite sites. Just played it for years. Probably played 600,000-700,000 hands on here, maybe more. Probably more than now I think about it. Because it wasn't always just on microgaming. It was part of other networks before, and I've been quite loyal to them over the last 10 years. Anyway, bet my gut shot. I'm going to check back when I make a pair. River is going to be close if he bets. He bets pot as well, so I'm really not too sure what he's wrapping. I block 10 jack. He can have some sevens, like 6-7. It really is quite odd. Like, does he just turn 8 into a bluff? Does he have a hand like 7-8 maybe? I guess I fold. I was thinking about calling there at first, but he can definitely have some sevens and some straights, and 2 pairs and sets and stuff. For him to check call that flop, he shouldn't just have complete air. Don't like this limping. Definitely not something I've added into my game. I really didn't like the blind versus blind limping strategies loads of coaches developed. Mainly because I don't think they had enough reason to do it, and the ranges kind of came out with fresh air in a way. I feel like their post-flop play was pretty weak. So I just prefer to just open, and I will very rarely be limping. Certainly as an open, I will never limp at all. 10-3 suited here, I'm going to call. Ace-4, I'm going to c-bet. I mean, just a great flop. We can even c-bet smaller than half pot. You know, it's such a good spot there, because, you know, we can bet like a third of the pot, and it still looks so strong. I'm not going to fold my flush here. Just going to call down. He actually value bet a really small flush there, which is interesting. He probably should check and use that as a bluff catcher rather than a bet. But because it's blind versus blind and just keeping it so small, I guess he thought I was going to be calling down with, you know, probably not a worse flush, but maybe like a 2 pair or straight. I think there's a straight on board there. Yeah, that's fair. Fair. Not going to hate on him. Each to their own. But personally, I probably would have just check called river. It worked though. He got me to call. Going to squeeze it up with the ace king, and I'm going to go ahead and raise these sevens in the cutoff. This will be a 4-part series, like most of our series on the site. 3-bet here, so just going to go ahead and defend. Pretty good flop. Unless he's got jack queen and the 9 comes on the turn. That's always a nightmare situation. Interesting that he c-bets here. He should have a pretty strong hand because I basically smashed this flop. Go check turn. Going to just go ahead and bet here with my ace king. Don't really love it because you can have lots of 10s and jacks and king queens type hands. But he goes ahead and folds because he can also have 8s and 9s a ton. I'm going to go ahead and fold my 7s. He's pretty strong there, I think. I think he's probably got a set or an overpair. Probably an overpair more than likely. Aces, baby. It's me, Panda. Well, it's me, aces. Just going to start by opening. 30 cents. Get a quick call. Pretty nutted flop. Gonna bet super small, just because he really shouldn't have that much. So I really want him to catch up and call with his ace highs and king highs. Gonna bet tiny again, and I'm gonna bet quarter pot on the river as well. Sadly though, he folds. But I prefer betting than checking there, because I feel people still float so often, and people still have lots of full houses. So, you know, get some money, don't be scared. Put the cash in. I'm going to 3-bet his king 9. I generally just 3x in position, you can even 3.5. Don't know anything about this guy, I'm just assuming he's opening late position a lot, and he's going to fold a lot, and we have blockers. I'm going to fold with this 6-4 suited. Got 10 minutes, can we win 13 raked hands in 10 minutes? That would be pretty wild. Maybe we're just going to get one Canon. I'm going to 4-bet get it in here with the ace-queen versus Jammy. He's only got like 30 bigs. Ace-queen plays well versus 30 bigs. He might just be a fish. We block aces and queens with 30% against kings. So yeah, whatever. Sadly, he's got one of those hands that crushes us, but we can hit a queen on the river. Nope, it's a jack, but that's fair. Call a 3-bet with 9-10 suited. He's potted the flop. I don't understand this. I'm going to float. I've got lots of good turn cards, and that's one of them. Do not understand the pot. It is a worry once someone pots a flop and then check turn, then might check jam. But I would much prefer to bet than check. If you check jams, I just fold. We make the nuts on the river. I'm going to guess he's got a hand like nines through to aces. Don't think he's got that many pocket fours in his range. But he can definitely have a hand like pocket nines that he was protecting, even though we block it. But river's just going to be a jam. You know, whatever. Ace queen I'm going to float. The guy actually did have fours. Wow, he played those as bad as humanly possible. You know, it's funny because at the beginning of the video I was saying, "Oh yeah, there's lots of fish." I totally forgot about that. That guy was just a clearly bad player. He even called the river, which is atrocious because I'm probably not going to be bluffing there at all. Ace queen I bet, by the way. You know, I really put him in a tough spot with like third pairs, and even if he has a hand like king jack, you know, it makes it so that he can't beat me, because if he folds he can't win, and you know, it just takes away all his equity. So betting is definitely better than checking there, even with a hand like ace high, which does well at showdown, because we put his weak pairs under pressure and we make hands with equity fold. So this is going swimmingly. This is really soft. This is just a printing machine. Gonna have to tell the PokerVIP staked players to just play the Canons this week. Or this month. It runs for a full month. Ends July 10th. 3-bet 10s get called. Gonna have some pocket pairs, but he's gonna have lots of overcards as well. But I'm just gonna start by betting. Get min raised here. Min raised normally does equal strength, but we are not folding an overpair right yet. Don't love the turn. 7-8 gets there, but again, we're just gonna call. His sizing's really bad because he's just not setting the river up for a pot size like jam. He now just bets again. Just not bothered about anything, is he? I don't think he's gonna have just that many 9x's, so I feel like I've probably just been outdrawn, or he had the best hand all along, so I'm going to make a pretty tight fold there. I was just saying how swimmingly it was going and how bad players were. And then that happens. Going to 3-bet Mace King, even though he's under the gun. But looking at his stack size, it's indicative of a weak player to not have 100 big blinds or more, so go figure. Moiser had check/fold tick, so that's good. So we're just going to go ahead and call green power. Moiser does just check fold. Don't really love the river. This guy can have an 8, but I'm not folding because he probably just thinks I've got some draws. He actually just has a full house. That's whatever. But basically, when all the draws miss, I should go ahead and just be getting in. Ace king versus ace queen here, all in, really nice. No jack on the river, and we scoop. Lovely jubbly. Big pot there. His get in was probably a bit too loose there versus under the gun +1. I assume I probably would have just peeled the 3-bet out of position and played accordingly. Lots of folds going on. I don't think we're going to get the 10 more winning hands in the next 7 minutes. But at least that means part 2 will start off with a bang. Pun absolutely intended. So yeah, if you're playing on Betvictor right now and you're playing 10NL, you should probably be playing this. We're going to go for our re-ISO, guys. We're going to go for that classic re-ISO. We know why, I've explained it before. But we have Suited Queen. It's a good hand to do it with. King 8, pretty good flop, pretty good turn. I'm just going to call down though. No need to raise. Might not have the best hand. Just going to control the pot. Call lots of rivers, raise some rivers. Sizing's really large, that's interesting. I'm not going to fold. He can have me crushed, yes. But he can also just be stabbing. So it's probably just going to be a call down here versus Linda. Has King Queen, that's fine. I'm not sad about that call at all. Does look strong by Linda, but I do block top pair. I do block some of what she's repping, so I'm just going to go ahead and call that. Oh, interesting, min raise under the gun. Going to fold. Flop the nuts. Could even bet 50 here, because if he's got a king or a queen, he's going to be calling a lot. If he's got a flush draw, he's going to be calling. So yeah, we should have probably bet bigger on that flop. Just going to keep betting here, even though the flush draw gets there. He's going to have lots of hands to keep calling me down with. Queen on the river is going to be a check fold. He's going to have full houses. He's going to have flushes. So this is just going to be a fold unless he bets like 50 cents. Bad run out, but we played it well apart from that flop. We should definitely be betting more on that flop, guys. You could even bet like 55 or 60 there, just because it's that logic of if he's got a pair and a draw, he's going to be calling. If he's got a flush draw, he's going to be calling. Or if he just has like top pair, he's going to be calling. Even Jack X will probably call. So yeah, get the value, get the money in there. I was just adding a little bit too quick. Jackson will go for a check call line. Lots of queens in this guy's range, a couple of sets as well. Board is not looking good for us. He checks, he might have a 7. Don't think he's got a queen when he checks. I'm just going to bet large here and hope he just assumes that I'm bluffing. Like, it's kind of like a polarized bet size. You know, what am I check calling, checking, betting, you know, close to pot with? Yeah, it's like he just had a 7, that sucks. But I think it's fine that we do that. And he's going to have some 5s and 6s and some, you know, pocket 8s, pocket 9s, pocket 10s as well in his range. So I would do exactly that same bet again if it came up. Deuce 5 is a fold. King 7 is a fold. Ace-3, we're going to see what happens. 6-7 suited here. Really interesting. I think we'll just go for an ISO here. We could even make this 50 cents. I mean, it's kind of whatever. I don't like the stack size because they could check jam, but it's okay. Ooh, interesting here. I think I'm going to just 3-bet, call it off. This guy can still be basically, you know, opening a ton of buttons. And he can just have like a super weak range. So on this flop, he just get in. 6-7's a bet. Guys, this guy's got queens. He tapped me. And it paid off for him. He should probably just get those queens in pre because I'm never folding once I've 3-bet. 6-7. Pretty interesting spot here. Pretty interesting. What do you have? What do you have? I think when I've got like a pair which just doesn't go to showdown that well, and there are so many draws, it's better to just jam, and if he calls with a better pair, that's fine. Peeled a 3-bet here, quite loose. I thought this guy was full stack, to be honest. He's got ace-4, nice. Oh god, that's nice. 8-10 suited. This hand's butchered basically on the left side table. I thought this guy had 100 big blinds. And I was concentrating on that beat on the other table. But essentially what's happened here is I called the flop with the flush draw. It's fine to do that. We could also just raise to get it in. Turn, I'm going to call. He's given me 5-1 on a flush draw. So we have to call. And even though he's only got 2 back, it is still a correct call. We hit the flush. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully he doesn't just have King X of hearts. No, he has aces. So pretty, I mean, it's whatever. You know, like, once I make a mistake, I'm then just going to play correct poker versus him. Simple as that. 6, I'm just going to call. 3-4 suited, I'm going to open. So a couple of mistakes there, guys. I really do apologise, but things are okay. Going to go for a delayed c-bet here with my 3-4 suited. We could also just bet the flop, but I like to mix it up. Going to bet 30. 6s we're going to check once he bets the flop. He raises. Really interesting. Going to have to fold. Maybe just turned a set of 9s, maybe turned a random 2-pair. Or was possibly just, you know, slow playing something on the flop. You never know. So we're at probably 1.5, maybe 2 buy-ins this session. No, 1.5 sounds about right. From this, we've probably raked, I'm not actually too sure, maybe 5-10 euros. So, you know, we'll get, you know, over half of that back when you compile all the rake back raises and everything like that. And we won €1 from the Canon, so, you know, just a super profitable sesh, like just printing money. 7-9 suited, very easy peel when it goes multi-way like that. Just a very nice hand to play. Flops super well. Flop second pair and a backdoor flush draw here. It's going to be close. I think this is a call. You know, just because we do have the backdoor flush draw. Obviously, as well, Ostap could have a hand like Jack Queen of Diamonds, which we're actually ahead of. Deuces, I'm going to check give up on this board. It's just so coordinated. Going to check for my 7-9 now if he bets. It's just 1 extra overcard, which is not going to do well for us. And that's it, guys. That's it. The end of the video. So hopefully I explained all that well. A couple of interesting hands, a couple of interesting spots. That King 4 suited one especially. I'd love to hear your comments about that below. Get signed up, get playing, get into this Blaze game, start printing free money. People have won the €100 one. James Ablett, who used to be on PokerVIP a lot, won it and showed a video of it. So get involved, get grinding, and good luck. This is John for PokerVIP.com.